Hey, welcome to the Bangerzzz Only podcast.
Thank you guys for stopping by, and make sure to follow us on SoundCloud and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We got new episodes coming out every Friday, so make sure you check it out.
Hope you guys enjoy it.
I'm Adrian.
I'm Clarke.
Episode 1. Yeah.
Episode 1.
We really are just doing this for fun, you know, in between working on music. And
Oh yeah.
so, you know, don't take anything we say too serious.
No, we're just getting started at this stuff anyway, so we're kind of working out the kinks.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, let's just tell them like the setup. Honestly, like right now, since, you know, everyone's quarantined, I'm in the Valley, LA, and Clarke is in Portland.
I'm in Portland, Oregon. Yep.
Portland. So, yeah, this is interesting, but we're getting it done. You know what I'm saying? We find a way to win here. So
Yeah, I'm just at my desk right now. You know,
Yeah.
There's no excuses. There's no excuses not to.
yeah. So, yeah, I guess let's just get started. Let's just, what do you want to talk about, man?
Damn, I don't know.
I mean, we could
This
talk
is
about
hard.
you know what? Let's talk about like why we wanted to start this podcast. So
That's a good idea.
you can go ahead. You take it.
Well, okay. So why I personally wanted to start this podcast was because, I mean, obviously I'm very passionate about music and I wouldn't want to be doing this if I wasn't, but I enjoy talking about it. I enjoy talking about my opinions because I take a lot of time to form my opinions in a way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And with music, since I care so much about it, I really care about, you know, letting other people know about how I feel about certain music and putting them onto certain stuff that I think they might like. I really enjoy doing that, and I feel like that's something we could do with this podcast.
Yeah, and like that's literally the same reason why I want to, you know, that's why I wanted to do this too, is because like I have, you know, a passion for music like you, and
Yeah.
like whenever a new song comes out or a new album, it's like I listen to it and, you know, I have my own opinions. And, you know, sometimes like artists will release, you know, really good albums like, you know, we've listened to recently. Like I thought The Weeknd's album was pretty good.
I thought it was amazing.
Dude,
it was
that
really
thing,
good.
That thing got me in my feels. I was just like,
It was-
you know, it was just very like, you know, getting your feels kind of things.
I mean, yeah, The Weeknd is someone this is a side note, but we gotta talk about him. Like, we have to dedicate an episode
We
to
will.
him because
We definitely will.
I'd say, like, of all time, he's a top 3 artist for me, like, of all time, any genre. And I've been a fan since 2012.
Facts.
Something I want to do with this podcast is, like, dedicate certain episodes to talking about specific artists and their discographies. I think that'd be really fun.
I think let's do it for episode 2. Why not?
Bet. Let's do
You know what I'm
it.
saying? Like this right here is literally the preface of why we're doing this.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I think right now, I hope you guys get to know us, get to know me, get to know Clarke, and at least you get to like us a little bit, you know?
Or not.
Or not. I mean, I do care if you like me or not, at least for the podcast, because I want it to be successful and I want it to be cool.
Yes.
But, you know, if you don't like it, like at least thanks for checking it out a little bit, you know? So thanks for showing up.
Try new things. Try
Yeah.
new things.
Yeah, so thank you to whoever's listening right now, at least. But
Yes.
yeah, I think next episode, let's definitely like pick. We'll talk about it. We'll pick an artist that we want to talk about first,
For
and
sure.
we'll do that.
Yeah.
But how
So
about
if you guys are interested in just hearing, you know, some music history about certain artists and stuff like that, another reason to tune in. I'm just saying.
Exactly? Yeah, really, we're just gonna be talking about different music, different things about music, and you know, even like how music has affected our personal lives.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be huge.
That's going to be a huge part of this, I think.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I'm going to just talk about it now. Like, why not? And, like,
Okay.
what got me into music. I mean, when I was younger, you know, I like music, and my parents they weren't, like, you know, like, passionate. They were always listening to music. And that's how I was always exposed to it. Like, they were always cleaning and playing music. And that's how I low-key got into, like, rock music, was because of my mom. Like, her brothers were really into, like, you know, like, music, like rock music, and then so she was into it, like Soundgarden. Like Soundgarden is her favorite band.
I saw them live.
You saw them live?
Yeah, I have a shirt from the concert.
Dude, when was this?
This was 2014, I believe. I think I was, yeah, I was either a freshman or a sophomore in high school, so that would have been like 2015. I don't know.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know my mom got to see him live, and then I think like a year or two later, and the tragedies happened. You know.
Yeah, that's just terrible. I can't believe, like, I'm very lucky to have seen him.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Cornell, obviously.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of artists in rock, I feel like, lately taking their lives.
Yeah.
You know, Chester Bennington.
Dude, I remember when Chester. Dude, you said Chester Bennington, and I got goosebumps right now. Like,
Yeah.
he was my idol, and like he was actually like one of my favorite bands. Like one of the first bands I actually went to see. I went to go see Linkin Park. At I think it was like Weenie Roast one year. My uncle took me.
Damn.
Yeah, my uncle
Bro,
took
who
me.
doesn't love Linkin Park? Who doesn't love Linkin Park?
Honestly, I know people that don't like Linkin Park because of the direction they went in like later on, like with their like music that was like pop, and it was like, this isn't Linkin Park. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Yeah, I feel you.
Like for me as a fan, I don't like the Linkin Park. That I think their last two albums, I didn't like them, but
That's fair.
I love like their other like their first three albums. You know,
Mm-hmm.
those were really good, and that's what I grew up on. Like I used to like nonstop listen to. I think it was like Meteora or whatever. One of those. Let me see.
Bro, do you remember the Transformers movies? How at the end they'd always have the Linkin Park songs?
Oh yeah. Like,
That's
those
how
are the
I
best.
found out about Linkin Park.
Really?
Yeah, because the first one came out in 2007,
Mm-hmm.
and they had what was the song? Shit, I forgot. I know the second one was New Divide.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the third one, but the first one was a banger. I remember that, and I was just like, I love the Transformers, so I had to get on that Linkin Park.
Yeah. No, dude, I loved Linkin Park since I was a kid, and then I heard the news when I was working. I think like back in like 2017, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
And dude, I wanted to cry, but I was like, dude, I'm at work. I can't just cry right now, you know.
It's so
It
sad.
was a sad time. It was just sad, you know. And then like you start looking at the music that they just came out with, you know. Like I looked at their last album that they did, and like if you look at all the tracks, dude, he was crying for help. He was. Like he
Yeah.
dealt with that stuff a lot, and I think it was right here. Like it was a 2017 album, One More Light, and just like I'm gonna read you the top threes. Nobody Can Save Me. Good Goodbye. Talking to Myself. Like all of these are basically like, okay, this guy needs help. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it just sucks because nobody helped, and he
I
left
know.
behind a family, and that's always tough, man.
It is. It really is. I mean, same thing with Chris Cornell. Like, you
Yeah.
feel for his family.
Absolutely.
I know he had kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's just tough.
It really is tough, but you know what? Like, I mean, they made a name for themselves, you know, and it's tough because you think like, okay, like they've made it in the music industry, and like they're still not happy.
Yeah.
Like there's something missing.
I think
and-
I mean, for me at least, if I think like if I were to get famous, like that wouldn't really mean much, if you know what I mean. Like as an artist, that's not what I think would meet my happiness criteria or whatever. I think for a lot of artists, it's more about, if I get famous, will the people who are with me now stick with me, or will, you know, they think I changed, or will new people enter my life who aren't necessarily here for the right reasons? And a lot of times that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Just with success, you know?
Yeah. I just feel like, because, you know, obviously we're trying to make it in this music industry, you know?
Yeah.
Like you as a artist, songwriter, and me just as a producer, you know? Like, we're trying to make it. It's like when we do make it, if we do make it,
No, it's not if, it's when.
it definitely is when. Honestly, it's when. But like
You
I'm
can't,
saying,
yeah, you can't think with ifs, you know?
exactly, yeah. But I'm saying like, you know, we could have it all, but like, you know, like we might still feel empty one day, And it's just like, but why? You know, because like you look at Chester, and he made it, bro. But he was still unhappy. There was something unhappy in him, and you know,
Yeah.
he took his life. It's just
tough.
confusing.
It is.
Really.
It's confusing, but at the same time, it's like it's very real to have so much and still feel like you have nothing, because when you have so much, people think that you have, you know, everything that you need, even though that kind of makes it so you won't be able to get the nurturing that you might need, you know what I mean, in a way, because people think you have it all.
Yeah. I don't know, but honestly, like, I want to move on from this sad topic because it's making me sad.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Damn,
sad.
first episode we get in
First
deep.
episode. Yeah, it's my birthday too. I don't want to get upset about this.
Yes, happy birthday again.
Oh man, yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
But yeah, back to you talking about, you know, how what were you talking about, like how you got into music, or what music means to you?
It was it's just my parents were really like, you know, music oriented, and I mean not they can't play music to save their lives, but they like listening to music.
Yeah.
And I just, you know, I was the first one to like, you know, buy my own drum set. Like the first person in like my whole family to like buy an instrument. And I bought my drum set when I was like 8 on my own money, and I played that thing to death. Like I love it. And I got rid of it one day because I just didn't have space for it, and it broke my heart. Because it was my first instrument, and I sold it, and I just, you know, it was my baby. That's what got me into music. But, you know, I developed, and I started buying different things and learning how to play different instruments.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's kind of how I got into music. Just my parents always listening, me being like, I want to play drums. And really what got me to want to play drums was Trey Cool.
Really?
From Green Day.
Yeah.
Because I had seen him live when I was like, you know, 7 or 8. And I was like, this guy has
You
so
saw
much
them
fun.
live?
Yeah, I saw them live.
It
was really good. I have a poster in my room from that concert, like from forever ago. Like easily, what am I now? Like, dude, it was like 13 years ago, like 14. Like,
Damn.
I still have the poster. I mean, it's so ripped and so like folded everywhere, but like I love it because that was like one of my favorite concerts, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And but yeah, I guess that's my story with music, and I've just been trying to further myself and get better every day. Been trying to do like that one beat a day, you know, just make one song, like even if it's crappy, just like make one thing, you know, just to further my skills, try new things.
Yeah, definitely. I did that back in high school for about a year. I wrote a song a day.
Yeah.
I burnt out though. I didn't want to do it for every day anymore.
Yeah, it gets tough.
But it definitely made me a better writer.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I mean, I can tell it made you a better writer. Like I'm telling you, like every time you and I are in the studio and you're recording, like it's just like you're sitting there because all I can hear is you. You know, like I have the beat very low in the headset, but I have you higher so I can know what you're sounding like. And like it's just so crazy when I can hear like everything you're saying and like, you know, putting into pictures like in my mind, be like, dang, this guy is like, he's spitting bars right now.
Thank you.
I think
you don't understand how much that means though.
Yeah.
Like to get my craft recognized like that.
I think the most powerful moment for me was when we were working on we're working on I think Canary.
Yeah, in 203.
The Canary project, yeah, in 203, because that one the setup in there was so weird and like I couldn't hear the track or you at the same time, so I chose to just listen to you.
Yeah,
and I was sitting there like I wanted to cry because I knew what it was about.
But we did cry.
We did cry. Yeah, we did cry. And I'm not embarrassed to admit that. Like I cried that
Bro,
night.
Me neither. That was a very powerful moment.
It really was. And like I'm really thankful like to you for letting me be a part of like this project. You know,
of course.
Appreciate you, man.
I couldn't do it without you. I couldn't do it without you.
Good practice too. Like it's good to, you know, work with somebody that's like easy to work with like you.
Thank you. You too. And for those who don't know what we're talking about, I have a EP coming out sometime within this year, for sure. This year, I promise. There's been various setbacks, but we're trying here. Okay, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah, that project is really good. Like I have all those songs like not stuck in my head, but like they're always in my head. And I'll just be like walking down my hallway and I'll just hum like some melodies from them because they're in my head. And there'll be days where I'm like, you know what, Spotify's not doing it for me. So I just pull up the playlist and I just listen to all the tracks, all the raw unfinished tracks that are just like so perfect.
It's fun to listen to them while they're being made, you know?
Yeah. It's just fun to see like where we had them and then to where they're at now. You know? And it's crazy because like the production quality that we had is pretty nice.
Yeah, because we know what we're doing, and we're music production majors at a university called Cal Lutheran in Southern California, and so we're really about it. I'm just saying, we try our best, but it's something that I think we're allowed to say that we know what we're talking about with. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to be like egotistical or whatever, but I just think that when it comes to music, we
have the experience. We have the experience to know what is sounding good and what's not. And yeah, I mean, like also it helps that we listen to a lot of music too.
Yeah.
Like we listen to a lot of artists with really great like production quality and like just everything's so smooth and everything sounds perfect. And like, I mean, dude, like earlier last week, remember? Or was it like on Friday? I told you to listen to a song by Juice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was just
like,
the other day.
Yeah, it was like yesterday maybe. I don't know. But like it was trippy, right? Like he just came in like it was like the next bar. Like all the EQs were messed up.
Oh yeah.
And I really don't know if that was intentional or not.
I don't think it was.
You think it was a mess up and they just couldn't fix it?
You know, it wasn't blatant enough for it to be like it was on purpose, you know, and like a stylistic choice. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it was just kind of there, and it was like, oh.
Well, the pan even changed. Like,
did it?
It was in the middle. Well, because like I was listening on my monitors here in like my home studio setup, and like for me it was in the middle, and then when the EQ changed, it was more on the right, and I was like, what's happening right now?
That's really
and
weird.
Like, it just I couldn't stand it, and then like 3 bars, like not 3 bars, like it was like 3 seconds later, it changed back to another EQ, and it was just all off. And like I know we had that problem with that one song. I don't want to say the name yet because you know what song I'm talking about.
I think so. Keep talking.
Yeah. But like we had that problem where like, you know, the EQs didn't sound the same because we came in on different days to record and we just couldn't find it right.
Yeah, that song.
And
we had to record that. That song was a total nightmare, if I'm being honest.
But you know what? Like we put it together and we sat there and we messed with the EQs to get them right. And I just remember sitting in the back of the room listening and being like, dude, I can't hear a difference anymore.
Yeah,
like we got
the most satisfying thing.
We got them to sound good. I mean, there's a little bit more tweaks, you know, to do to it. But that song's an absolute banger, and I freaking love it.
Thank you.
Like that song hypes me up. Like when I'm going to do something, I need to be hyped up. Like I just put that stuff on and I go.
Damn,
it's great. I love it.
Oh, also, this is random again, but back to like what you're talking about with Lucid Dreams. There's a song by Kevin Abstract called Crumble, where I think it's in the middle of the second verse. The EQ like completely changes, and it sounds like not only that, but he got like a good inch or two closer to the mic is what it sounds like.
Yeah. And
it's a crazy change if you listen to it.
All right, yeah, I added it to our bangers playlist. And I'll listen to it later.
Okay.
I actually have a cousin on his way bringing me sushi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he works at Sugarfish. I don't know if you've ever been to a Sugarfish, but it's like a sushi place. He's a waiter there, but he's gonna bring me sushi. He said, I don't know how long it's nice. But he's gonna text me and I'll just walk out, but I'll be right back. Okay. Unless we could probably end it before then. Yeah, we'll I don't want to go too long. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it quick, keep it short, keep it concise.
Before we end though, oh fuck, my computer just went sleep mode. It's okay, I'm back. You talk you talked about like your kind of music history and like how you got into music. I think I should probably talk about me.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was about to get to
because
that. I was trying to transition to that.
The viewers should know, the listeners.
Go ahead, man. Let them know.
So it's interesting because the difference between you and I, well, what I think is interesting is that like we have similar taste in music, but I feel like our history with music is like very different, because well, my parents were in a band together in the 90s, an alternative rock band. So I have music in my blood, and they were actually pretty successful. I think they would have gone pretty far if they didn't actually have my sister and I, which is interesting. And then obviously a lot more stuff happened with them, but obviously they're very into, you know, rock, grunge, classic rock, that type of stuff. So that's kind of what I grew up on too. But what got me into like my other genres like rap and R&B, the first hip hop artist that I ever heard was Jay-Z, because I found some of his music. It was what was it? I think it was the collab album with Linkin Park. I found that on my dad's iPod, and I listened to it. And I remember the Encore and Numb like little song that they mashed up. Yeah. And I thought it was the most fire thing. I was like, it was pretty good. I was like 8 or something, and I was like, damn.
I actually didn't even find that mashup till I was in like freshman year of high school.
Oh, really?
I think so. It was like that, or like I think I was like a junior in high school because one of my friends played it for me in the car, and I was like, dude, this actually slaps.
Bro, they did something special with that.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
Yeah. All right, go on.
But okay, so also my sister is a musician, and she kind of became a musician, I guess, if I can say that, like way before I did. Like she's always, because we have a piano, and she's always been playing the piano ever since she was a very young girl. And I kind of didn't ever think about making music much, like for myself, until life got hard in high school. Like I started like accepting my feelings or whatever. And I started writing music when I was a freshman, and obviously I was trash at the beginning. Like I was really bad. But I would write to like famous beats. I remember I wrote to one of the first songs that I wrote like in its entirety was to a beat from Born Sinner by J. Cole. It was the Illuminati beat, the first track on that album. And I thought it was so hard, even though it was terrible. I wrote a song to A Milli by Lil Wayne. It was horrible. It was so bad. But yeah, anyways.
Start somewhere, man.
Yeah, exactly. And since then, I've just I like having something that defines me in a way. Like, I feel like if I didn't have music, I wouldn't have much of a unique identity, something that sets me apart, like an escape, you know what I mean? So that's why it's really important for me. And it's in the family too. I also want this dream of mine to come true for my parents, because it's something they never got to achieve.
Yeah. I feel like I owe it to my family also, you know, and it's like, yeah, like we even said it, like we have different musical backgrounds, you know? Yeah. But like for me, like I want it for my family because like my mom and my dad have always like supported this dream of mine. Oh yeah. They've bought me a lot of things. They help out, you know. My dad, he likes to come and sit in my like on my bed while I make beats just because he likes to listen.
Oh really?
You know? Yeah, it's funny sometimes. He's just like, oh, I like that. I like
That's
that.
So wholesome.
You know, it really is, and I like it. And then we ended up just talking about anything else too. Like I'll turn around and we start talking for a while. But like, they've always supported my dreams, and you know, anytime I want to do something with music, my mom is like all for it. Like I could be grounded till my death, and then I say, hey mom, I want to go record with somebody. She'd be like, all right, go have fun. like if it comes to music, like she really doesn't care. You know, like she loves,
Yeah.
like she's cool with it, and they just supported me, and I feel like I owe it to them. You know.
Oh yeah.
And they've been there for everything, and yeah, I feel like that will help us when we, you know, when we make it. Like, we're not doing this really for us, you know. Yeah, it's a dream of ours that we want to get done, but it's like it's a different feel. It's a different like passion when it's like, no, it's not just for me. It's like for my family. Like, you're doing it for your family because of their history and what they could have done, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
And I want to honor that, but also like, I think I speak for both of us when I say like, the part of the dream is the idea that, you know, I'm able to help my mom out financially, you know. That's something I've always thought about. Like, we're not in the best like financial position, and like just like everyday stuff, like, you know how much joy it would give me just to like get my mom a new washing machine, one that like works, you know what I mean? Like that type of thing, bro. That's all I want. And that's why I keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. Like, I've always told my mom, I said, Mom, when, you know, when I make my first like $1 million check, I'll buy you a Range Rover. She's like, all right, but can I also get one of those like showers where like the water comes straight from the ceiling? And I was like, what?
Ooh.
She goes, yeah, I think I want that more than the Range Rover. I was like, okay, Mom, calm down. Yeah, but
You'll be able to get it all.
Man, we will. And like, I just, every time I think about making it big, like recently too, like and we've talked about this song, like, you know, it's like one of my favorite songs right now, like Sacrifices.
Yeah.
Dreamville. Like, dude, I'm so obsessed with that song. It's ridiculous.
I know you are. You talk
like,
about it a lot.
Dude, it's just so good. Like, the production on that song was great. You gotta admit that. It was good.
It is. No, it's fire. I'm not saying
everyone
it's bad
sounded
or
great.
anything.
But
yeah,
one of J. Cole's lines was like, he basically said, like, dude, stop holding your money. I know you have a lot. I've been having to spread my own, basically. You know? I can't say it word for word. There's a lot of, you know, vulgar words in there. So can't really say word for word, but that's basically what
Are
he's
we
saying.
gonna cuss in this, by the way?
We can. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, we could put explicit. I really don't
get
care.
that explicit rating, guys.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, like, as long as we're not like, you know, explicitly saying crazy things, I think we should be fine. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, you know, he's been having to, you know, spread his wealth and just like, you know, he's just trying to make the world, I guess, better in a way, you know, as best as he can with his music. Oh, I just dropped a pic. You know, I don't know. I just feel like that's what we got to do too. Is like, you know, when we make it, we help out whoever we can.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah, it's like you take a crew with you. You know, it's like when you're with me, you know, through the struggle, like, yeah, you're definitely going to be with me in my success, you know. But if you're not with me in the struggle, don't expect to be there when I'm successful.
Yeah, I mean, the people who you come up with are the people that you should take care of. I mean, that's just human nature. I feel like,
like right now, like if we make it tomorrow, I'm taking care of Juan, 100%.
Bro, Juan has been a supporter. Juan is our guy. He, you take the explanation of Juan. I don't even really know what to say.
Juan is a specimen. He is like an absolute like stand-up guy. Like, he's honest. He can take a joke, and like I joke with him a lot, and I know he doesn't like take any of it what I say personally because I've told him not to.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes I don't know.
I really don't know either, but he looks at me with that look, you know, and
he gives you that Joker look, bro.
He gives me the Joker look. And I mean, I love the guy. He's awesome. He's just a really like good guy. Like, he's one of those guys you can definitely count on for anything.
Yeah,
you know,
I feel like if I needed Juan to come through to Portland right now and like help me out with something, he would.
Absolutely, he would.
It's my guy.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Shout out to Juan. We're actually gonna have a segment with Juan coming up. We'll do the next episode.
Yeah, we will.
It'll be a surprise little segment. Don't worry. This is not the last time we talk about Juan. Trust me. We might have him as a special guest. You never know. It could be a fun day. little special
Could be.
guest action with Juan.
Hey, we're planning on doing this for a while. I mean, but it all depends on the listeners, guys. I mean,
It does. It really depends on you guys and you guys' support. So whoever's listening right now, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
it's so weird saying that because like while we're recording it, there's no one listening.
Exactly. There's nobody listening, but they're
it's
gonna be
like-
listening, and that's why we gotta like acknowledge them.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
know. It's just
I
funny.
appreciate you guys. You guys are making it like 30 minutes in. We're at the 30-minute mark. You
Are
know?
we actually? I don't have the timer up.
Oh, I have the
bars.
timer up so we can see.
Oh,
So like
sweet.
we're at the 30-minute mark. So, you know, like if you're here right now, great. You know, thank you.
Hey, if you're listening still, you're an OG. Okay.
You really are. You really are.
My guess is it's my mom. Like my
Yeah.
mom's probably listening.
Oh
still.
yeah, my family, my parents are definitely listening, for sure.
Yeah, but no one else though. I don't
Probably
think
not.
any-
They probably heard it till like minute 10. They're like, all right, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, hopefully everyone is listening ahead, or like not ahead, but like listening all the way through the end, because that'd be awesome. But yeah, do you have anything else you want to say?
Not really. Just keep tuning in. We're gonna talk about some interesting stuff. Hopefully, I promise.
Yeah, it'll be great. So yeah, so I guess this will be a wrap on episode 1. I'm Adrian,
I'm Clark.
and this was the first episode of Bangerzzz Only. So thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.